Well, it's official. They've had the sit down. Obama has given the head nod, and the hit is out.
So although I wish I were here with better news, the fact is that you and I are sitting here today because this will be your last week of employment. This is not an assessment of your productivity. You gotta try not to take this personally.
Well, I just had a bad night.
Yeah, but Joe still isn't going anywhere.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth. I'm surviving at the top of the line!
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty. Welcome to the Afternoon Drive. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and once you are, smack the bell. That will give you notification of my rants, my ravings, and of course, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. That's the way that we get the word out that we're here. Welcome to the Afternoon Drive. So George Clooney, who just 3 weeks ago, month ago, had that big gala fundraiser in Hollywood that Julia Roberts came to, Jack Black did stand-up at, all the Hollywood elite showed up, and I'm sure Robert De Niro was wandering around there mumbling to himself, F Trump. Raised $30 million that night for Joe Biden. And now he has taken out an op-ed in the New York Times and basically said, Joe, you gotta go. Now, of course, George Clooney is pretty tight with Barack Obama. In fact, there's now confirmation through the New York Times that George Clooney read his op-ed to Barackmus Obadamus, the 44th POTUS, and it was like Obama signed off on it, but he didn't say no. You know how these things go. These rat weasels, and that's just what they are. They all pledge this loyal to each other like they're in the mafia, and there's nothing worse than a rat, and yet they all rat each other out in the end. They'll all do dirt to each other. Nancy Botox Pelosi a week ago was trying to sell the media on it. It was Donald Trump who had the bad debate performance. He's the one with dementia. And Joe Biden is fine. And then, yesterday she comes out on Morning Schmuck Joe Scarborough and says, the president has got to decide if he's in or not. Well, Nancy, what do you want him to do? The president's got to decide this. Well, he did decide a week ago. He held that rally, where was it? North Carolina, where he said, I'm in. You've got, Clyburn out there saying, I'm riding with Biden. Ride with Biden. Well, just ride with Biden. You've got the Black Caucus on Capitol Hill. They're pretty solidly behind Joe Biden. In fact, members of the Black Caucus are saying that what's happening to Joe Biden right now is the extreme right-wing racists in this country are trying to discredit him and his health. Okay. That all said, Barack Obama, who the last time I checked was not Caucasian, he wants Barack gone. But here's the thing. Nancy Pelosi didn't come right out and say, Joe's got to go. Chuck E. Cheese Schumer, who's now seeing the state of New York become a swing state. I think yours truly predicted this months ago, that New York would be in play this election cycle. I told you. Just like I told you, I think Tulsi Gabbard will be the vice president under Donald Trump. But that's another video for another time. But New York is definitely in play. Donald Trump could be the first Republican president since Ronald Reagan to take the Empire State. Why? Well, not only all of the persecution that's come to him through the New York court system, but what that's done to businesses in New York. Businesses are pulling out of there because of what they've done to Donald Trump and trying to seize his assets, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Nobody wants to do business there. And nothing works there. And they are feeling the effects of Joe Biden's open border. I know we haven't talked about it for a couple of weeks because all anybody can talk about is Joe's mental state. But the people in New York City in particular are dealing with these migrant people who have been let out of prisons and insane asylums and are wreaking havoc and running wild through the streets, and nothing's happening to them because the Attorney General and the DA are only interested in prosecuting Donald Trump. People don't have any neighborhood stores because the looters and the shoplifters and just the wanton vandalism, and nothing's being done about it, so the stores are just closing and leaving. New York is poised to go for Donald Trump. Look at the rally he held a while back in the Bronx. It was great. And because of the New York hearings and the fact that he was boat anchored to New York for a while because of his trial, he went out. Union workers by the thousands showed up. Firemen, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Donald Trump could take New York. And Chuck E. Cheese Schumer knows that. But will Chucky tell Joey gotta go? No. They all give themselves this wiggle room. But you've got the Clinton, Obama people out there saying it. Well, the Clinton people, like James Carville, are saying it because Hillary has, paid for the polling to show she can beat Donald Trump. If she and Kamala will agree to be her vice president, they can beat Trump. Yeah, okay. But you got David Axelrod. You've got members of the Obama team. And this is Obama, rather than just coming right out and saying, Joe, you got to go, and going on record, he's trying to do this backdoor approach. So he gets Clooney to write this op-ed. And in the op-ed, there's a Freudian slip and admission.
He says the one battle that Joe Biden cannot win is the fight against time. None of us can. It's devastating to say it, but the Joe Biden I was with 3 weeks ago at the fundraiser was not the Joe big effing deal Biden of 2010 rather. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate.
Wait. You're talking about the fundraiser 3 weeks ago, that it was clearly apparent Barack Obama had to help Joe off the stage because he froze up. He was, as Joe Rogan says, he was like a Windows 95 computer that just froze. He froze up. And we see Barack Obama leading him off the platform. That led to the lying legacy corporate corrupt mainstream media, as well as the left-wing pundits, and even Jean-Pierre Van Damme, or whatever her name is, who masquerades as the press secretary for Joe Biden. These are deep fake videos. These are carefully edited videos. Joe Biden had a great night and there was no problem at the gala. And yet George Clooney just said, wow, there was a big problem at the gala. The White House this morning, in response to George Clooney, said, what does Joe know? Or what does George know? He only stayed for a little while, then he left. So he wasn't there the whole night to see, Joe be Joe. He doesn't know. They're calling him Sleepy George. Are you kidding me? Now, he's got the big boy press conference tonight where he's going to try to, again, rehabilitate his image. And again, you know that the Obama people have made sure that the CIA and the other alphabet agencies are not giving Joe any go-go juice to make him, they were kind of helping him out for a while. They're not doing that now. And they're not doing that now because of the right thing. They're not doing that now because Biden is crushing them, or Biden is getting crushed in the polls. And he's crushing the party as a result. Trust me. If Biden were still ahead in any poll, or there was any plausible way he could beat Donald Trump, let me tell you, the Democrats and George Clooney and Barack Obama would continue this weekend at Bernie's thing, dragging the corpse around saying he's fine, don't believe your lying eyes. But because he is getting crushed in the polls, and all the swing states are now for Trump, and now you've got states like New York in play, Joe gotta go. They have had the sit down, Joe got to go. But here's the thing, he ain't going. See, when you're dealing with a guy who's lost his mind, because again, we're dealing with a person who doesn't accept reality because he doesn't live in reality, he lives in delusion. You really think you're going to threaten him and he's going to go, oh man, I better go. Folks, This is getting fun. This is so much fun. It's not fun for us as a country because you got Zelensky petitioning Congress right now. He wants permission to use our long-range missiles, which have to be coordinated and detonated by us on his behalf, to strike air bases inside Russia. What would we do if China used missiles in Mexico to strike at, say, Andrews Air Force Base in the United States? But we have an addled, dementia, Parkinson's diseased president making these decisions. Now, they all start out with Nancy Pelosi, and they all start out with these, we're his friend. No, really, see, because a friend, a son, goes to an elderly father and says, Dad, give me the keys. And we don't keep letting him take the car out because we are his friend. We love him. We don't want him to hurt himself. And we don't want him to kill anyone else. So these people are not friends. These are all political animals. And if they thought that dementia-minded Joe Biden could somehow make it across the finish line, they would pimp that walking corpse to the very end of the election cycle. These people, all of them, are vile. We pay for it. They're vile. And Joe has got to go. But he's not going to go. So Donald Trump is probably going to end up running against Joe Biden. And Trump, you need to make Tulsi your VP.